There is one book that completely changed the way I learn languages, and it's this book, Fluent Forever from Gabrielle Weiner. This book didn't just give me tips, but it gave me a system to learn pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, and really changed my entire approach with languages. So today I'm going to share with you the main points that transformed my language learning. Let's go! The first one is to start learning the pronunciation before everything else. Before learning words, before learning grammar, Gabrielle Weiner says, learn the sound of the language first, because if you don't, you will build bad habits that will be hard to fix later on. So how do you do it? By learning the language IPA, the International Phonetic Alphabet. The IPA is different than the alphabet that we know. It's a set of sounds that exist in the target language, because sometimes in the alphabet you can have one letter that has two different pronunciations, or you can find the exact same sound but written in two different ways. But with the IPA, if the sound is the same, the sign is the same, but if the sounds are different, the signs are different. So how do I personally use this method? So this year I started learning Flemish, Dutch from Belgium. So before starting the class, I created a deck of flashcards to teach me the sound of Flemish. I took the audio from Wikipedia and I made one flashcard per sound. One thing I also do is sometimes when on Wikipedia you will see that this sound is a little bit like the sound of sh in chat in French. Then I will write chat in French to remember that it's the same sh. So when I will start learning vocabulary, the words will feel less abstract and more familiar since you already know the sound of the language. And it will make memorizing the words much more easy. 2. How to learn vocabulary the right way. One thing that drastically changed when I read this book is the way I learn vocabulary. There is more in the book, so go read it for yourself, it's amazing. But the main idea is to learn the words from the frequency list. He breaks it down like this. First, he provides in his book a list of 625 words that are easy to learn, that you can learn with images without using translation. He tells us to learn the first 100 of this list, then move on to something called Iceland building. We will talk about this later. And finally, learn the 1000 most common words in the language. Now, the Iceland building method is something I found really interesting in the book. Gabrielle Weiner compares language learning to a lake. Every word you learn is a stone that you're going to throw in the lake. If you throw stone randomly in the lake, nothing will appear. But if you throw many stones at the same spot, at some point you will build an island. And all the words that rise up to the top are the words that you're able to use in a conversation. That's what he calls island building, learning words from a specific subject to be able to talk about it fluently. To create an island, you just have to pick a subject you love, let's say dogs, and create a lot of simple sentences about this subject. Like, I walk my dog, I love my dog, I pet my dog is barking. You can ask your tutor to help you create those sentences, or you can use AI. There is one thing that we have to be mindful of. Each sentence we create should have only 1 to 3 new pieces of information. And since the words are connected together, they are personal to you and they have an emotional connection to you, they will be much more easy to remember. So how do I use it? For Chinese, at the beginning, I started with the HSK system. So all my core vocabulary came from the HSK. But it's kind of the same idea, since the HSK is like teaching you the most common words, sentences. But in Korean, I'm actively using this method to learn vocabulary. I'm learning words from the frequency list, the key to Korean list, and it's been great so far. It's amazing. Love it. The third one is how to learn grammar without memorizing rules. This is the part that really made me fall in love with this book. His approach is more to teach you how to think in the language instead of memorizing the grammar rules. The first thing he talks about is comprehensible inputs. If you watch language videos, you heard about this a million times, but it's really important. Consume content where you understand the general meaning. This is how we learned languages when we were kids. We heard pattern again and again until it became natural to us. The second thing he talks about is how to use textbooks. When we open a grammar book, we are met with tons of explanation for our grammar points. And Gabrielle Weiner gives us a way to approach those explanations. 1. Read the explanation. 2. Understand the grammar point. 3. Pick 1 or 2 example sentences. 4. Add them to your flashcard. 5. Skip all the drills and the exercise. Even though I feel like you can find really interesting example sentences, in the drills. And when looking at those example sentences, we should ask ourselves 3 questions. First, do I see new words? Then, do I see a new word form? 3, is the word order surprising me? And then make a flashcard for what you're trying to learn. I have a full video explaining how to make your flashcard using this exact method, so go check it out. I think it's here or here. Stay the night. Also, he highlights the fact that every time a native speaker is going to correct you, you should take this correction and add them to your flashcard so you don't remake the same mistake twice. How I use it. I realized that before reading this book, I had no idea on how to learn grammar. And after reading this book, I started doing it for all the languages I was learning. So now I will just make a habit of practicing my flashcard every day so I can internalize the grammar points. I will always make practice sentences about my life and then ask my tutor or ChatGPT to correct them and then add those to my flashcards. At the beginning, I felt like I was going too fast because I was not spending enough time on doing drills and doing a lot of practice sentences. But when I started practicing my flashcard consistently, I realized that I was starting to acquire the language faster than when I was doing a lot of drills and exercise. 4, learning nonsense grammar. Some grammar rules are more complex and confusing than others. Some with a lot of rules that you just have to remember, or a lot of exception, conjugation, etc. Like the gender in French. If you don't know, in French, every object has a gender. So it's a female table, so une table, and a male book. Un livre. There is no specific logic behind it, at least maybe I don't know it. So when you have to learn French, you just have to remember the gender of each object. And there is this in many other languages, like in Spanish or I think in German. There is a lot. And so when you have to learn it, you just have to memorize that a table is female and a book is male. So what do? Well, we use dramatic mnemonics. The technique he provides in the book is amazing. Let's use our imagination. Let's say you're learning French and you have to learn the gender of every object you encounter. Instead of just trying to remember it like this and going crazy, Weiner has a better solution. For male words, imagine them exploding, and for female words, imagine them on fire. So a notebook, un cahier, boom, and a door, une porte, in fire. Burn the door. The more dramatic the image, the more your brain is going to remember it. Let's try it together. Here is a list of words and their gender in French. For those of you that already speak French, this is going to be really easy for you, but for those of you who don't speak French, let's try it together. So pause here and visualize each word using the mnemonics we talked about. Every male word exploding and every female word on fire. Your turn. Now let's test you. I will mix the words around and see if you can remember the gender. What is a table? Une table. A bed, un lit, a bag, un sac, a clock, une horloge, a computer, un ordinateur, a TV, une télé. Normally you got the gender right. Tell me in the comments how many you got right. And if you didn't get all of them right directly, it just means that you have to practice your flashcard using the mnemonics, and at some point it will just stick. You can use it for verb conjugation, irregular verb, exceptions, or just rules that feel really random and that you just have to remember. 5 is how to make flashcards the right way. In his method, I feel like everything connects back to flashcards. Learn all your words and grammar points with flashcard that uses an SR method. So it will help you to remember the words on the long term. But the twist here is to not use translation in our native language to learn the vocabulary, but instead use images and sentences in the target language. For the images, you can find images online or take your own pictures to make it more personal to you. And for the sentence, it's the sentence that you will find in your textbook or that you're making yourself. Again, I have a full video where I explain everything, so it will be in the description and up here. So for example, instead of learning child and children, you will make sentences like I have a blank blank blank, I have a child. There are many blank 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 in his class. There are many children in his class. This way you learn to think in the target language instead of just translating. And it's the same thing with grammar points. Always learn them in context and with images. To summarize, Fluent Forever didn't only give me technique, it gave me a system to learn languages. Master the pronunciation first, then build your vocabulary with frequency lists and island building. 3. Learn grammar points through sentences. 4. Use mnemonics for nonsense grammar. And 5. Make smart flashcards. There is still more to the book, so I highly recommend you to read it for yourself. I will link it in the description. And that's it. I hope you enjoy. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye! Bye-bye! Bye-bye!
Wanna make you happy and then she goes. 나만 혼자 남겨뒀어. 대화가 필요해. 너 먼저 나에게 말해봐. 너와 나의 이 관계가